Andrew Tate, the Untold Chaos. Former kickboxing champion, internet mogul, one of the most searched men on the planet. Loved by millions, hated by millions more. To his followers, he's a symbol of freedom against a broken system. To his critics, he's a manipulator, a misogynist, even a criminal. But who really is Andrew Tate? And how did a boy from Washington, D.C. rise to become one of the most controversial figures of our time? In 2025, that question has never been more urgent. Emory Andrew Tate III was born on December 1st, 1986, in Washington, D.C. His father, Emory Tate Jr., was a U.S. Air Force officer and a brilliant chess international master, famous for his bold, attacking style. His mother was British, and when his parents divorced, young Andrew moved to Luton, England, with his mother and siblings. Life in Luton was far from glamorous. Tate has spoken about growing up broke, bullied, and often feeling like an outsider. But one thing stuck with him: the lessons from his father about discipline, strategy, and never backing down. Before the Bugatti, before the viral clips, Andrew Tate was a fighter. He became a professional kickboxer in his 20s, eventually winning 4 world championships. In the ring, he was known for precision and aggression. Fighting gave him recognition, but not wealth. Tate has admitted that even at his peak, a world title fight barely paid enough to cover expenses. So he began looking for another arena to conquer. In 2016, Tate entered the UK reality show Big Brother. But his time was cut short. He was kicked out after controversial videos surfaced. That incident foreshadowed everything to come. For Tate, controversy wasn't the end of the road. It was the start of his empire. Over the next years, he built online courses, a webcam business, and eventually Hustlers University, teaching men how to escape what he called the Matrix. His sharp one-liners about money, women, and power spread like wildfire across TikTok and YouTube. By the time platforms banned him in 2022, it was already too late. Tate had become unstoppable. But in 2025, Tate wasn't just an influencer. He became political ammunition. In the UK, Labour attacked Nigel Farage for defending him, accusing Farage of endorsing misogyny. Newspapers splashed Tate's name across headlines, painting him as a threat to Britain's youth. Suddenly, Tate wasn't only battling social media bans, he was a subject in Parliament debates, a living political football. For years, Tate's wealth was his proof of success. The Bugatti, the jets, the million-dollar watches. But in 2025, cracks began to show. Authorities seized his £180,000 Aston Martin Valhalla deposit, calling it tied to suspicious earnings. To Tate's critics, this was proof his empire wasn't built on unshakable ground. For a man who preached that money equals truth, this was a dangerous look. The scandals didn't stop at money. In America, Tate filed a $50 million lawsuit against his ex-girlfriend, Brianna Stern, after she accused him of sexual assault. She described violence during intimacy. Tate called it slander. The headlines split audiences. Was he a predator or a victim of character assassination? Either way, the Tate brand was now tied to courtrooms as much as podcasts. Authorities seized his £180,000 deposit on an Aston Martin Valhalla, calling it evidence of financial misconduct. His lifestyle, once untouchable, suddenly looked fragile. And for a man who preaches that money is the ultimate proof of truth, losing luxury was more than symbolic. It was existential. Perhaps the most dangerous threat is still ahead. In June 2026, a UK court will hear 4 women's allegations of rape and abuse against him. They accuse him of strangulation, firearms threats, psychological domination. If proven true, it could end his empire overnight. If dismissed, his fans will claim ultimate vindication. Either way, it will be the trial of the decade. Even his escape routes are under fire. Tate bought citizenship in Vanuatu, a tiny Pacific island, through its controversial Golden Passport program. But the government itself admitted, if Tate is convicted, his passport can be revoked instantly. No trial, no appeal. For a man who talks about escaping the Matrix, the walls are closing in. When Tate relocated to Miami, he expected freedom. Instead, prosecutors in Florida launched their own criminal probe into human trafficking allegations. Politicians condemned him, activists protested his arrival. Even in America, the land of free speech, Tate found no safe haven. Andrew Tate calls himself the most famous man alive. And maybe he's right. But fame alone can't save him from what's coming. For some, he is the symbol of male empowerment. For others, he's the embodiment of toxic power. In 2025, his empire faced the greatest test yet. The only question left is, will Andrew Tate rise again? Or will this be the year his empire finally collapses? Which facts surprised you the most? Let us know in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe us.